What's going on, YouTube? We're back for another edition of Life is Feudal, your own. While we were gone, I did several things. I wound up taming something that's gonna change up the entire game for us. We're gonna be able to progress a lot faster and get the hell around this map without running everywhere. Now, as I said before, I wake up early in the morning, drinking my coffee, doing some things, trying to get resources established, things stacked up so we can progress when I go live. We about to touch base on this as soon as the server loads. I'm gonna go ahead and log in, let that initialize, and then when we log in, I got quite a few surprises for you for this very boring ass game. However, as I play it, like I said, it's therapeutic. I get to see the development over a long period of time. Looking back, I know all the work that I put into this. I'll never stop playing this game. And like I said before, this game has been in my life at this point longer than any woman I've ever been with. So that's got to say something, right? Says a lot, actually. All right, sweet. We end the game. Now, here is the surprise. I'm gonna go to our inventory. Look what we got here. We working with a tamed moose. Taming this was actually very easy. So when it pops out, I'm gonna show you what I did. Boom. It's tame. It'll chill there. Just FYI, if you have a mount, don't leave them out in the world. Always put them on your character or in a building or anything that they are allowed to be stored into. If not, this won't be here when you get back. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this moose. We're gonna be able to get around much faster, and because now we have this, we're eligible, because of our skill level, to build a horse cart. That's gonna allow us to be able to dump off these two creatures into the horse cart, because I can store them in there. And then when we get the materials to build the barn, we'll be good. Ah, another surprise. Let me show you this. Slide on down here. I did do some work. I went ahead and planted a field. We're gonna inspect the ground. Let's hit F3 so we know what tiles we're working with. We're gonna inspect the ground. Flax seeds. I'm gonna need these flax seeds to grow, and then we're gonna have to harvest them because there's no other way to make linen rope other than growing flax. Inspect, not build anything. Wheat. We got wheat. We're gonna use that to start feeding our animals. And then I planted every other vegetable there was. Carrots, cabbage, potatoes, peas. I even planted grape. So we can make wine eventually. That's gonna elevate the variety of food we have, and that skill multiplier that we've been so focused on we want to get it as high as possible. And getting that thing to 10 is a grueling task. We're going to continue to take that grueling task path and then go up. All right. Looking at our skill set, what allowed me to tame this moose is getting this animal lure to 60. Now that we're at 60, we can tame horses, we can tame cows, but we're going to need stables to put them in. We're going to have to learn where the gypsum is on this map. While we're here, we can go ahead down. Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. We're gonna slide on down here and check our traps that we set. See if we've snared anything just yet. Get off of our tame moose, break our legs in the process. I'm gonna go ahead and eat because our hunger is below 94. We're gonna keep driving that number up as much as possible. But in order to go higher than 2 at this current time, we're gonna have to hit this 90 quality food. When we run out, that'll push us like the 2.1. That number here is gonna give us a multiplier on the amount of skill points that we're getting from every action that we're performing in the game. I do know that we set those traps right in this area in front of these oak trees because I knew I'd always be back to the oak trees. They're still deployed. I haven't caught anything in these. I'm wondering if they're glitched. I've never had to wait this long. That's absolutely absurd. So we're gonna spin around. Now, we're gonna ride back up here. I did do some terraforming because I'm gonna move the farming back down that path where I began. Gonna hop off of this. And then we're gonna create a horse cart. That's gonna eliminate these 2 off of us. Like both of these pigs, this boar is 50 stone, which is the scales. That's affecting the amount of weight we can carry. The female is 50 pounds too, even though ironically she's a lot smaller. For some reason, she must be a dense girl. All right. I'm not body shaming or anything. She's got to be dense. It's just by like physics and shit. All right. Furniture. We don't want a chest, but what we are going to do is scroll right down. You got an option. You can go with the horse cart with a tent. I don't want the tent. Nobody builds the tent. The tent gets in the way. It adds no advantage except for fucking up your view. We're going to go ahead and hit this horse cart and no tent. We don't want a tent on this. We aren't quite ready to be able to produce this in its entire form. However, we already have access to the boards. I went ahead and created the wheel. I'll show you how we're going to create 2 more. The components that we'll need to make that. And then the tiered crafting system and all the items and objects that you can use to craft, because you have to use something very specific to craft these wheels. We'll make some more metal components. The linen rope, we're going to be hindered on until we get that flax to grow, and then we harvest it. We're going to have to make a loom. We're going to have to spin it. In order to do the thin leather, we're going to hope that our rabbits have bred and continue to produce more. We may even go hunting, try to find some rabbits. I need 3 more hides. We already got 1. We'll go kill some rabbits, go ahead and get that out. And then we'll have to make a tanning tub, a drying rack. So we're about to step up the game on tiered items to craft. This is where this game gets monotonous, very tedious, and even more boring. So we're gonna right click that ground, create furniture, slide down back to this, build it out. That's where it's gonna pop up. So I don't have to pick this thing up and move it. We're just gonna spin it around here. Then build, boom. So now it's facing the right direction. We can back our moose up to it, connect it, then we'll be good. And like I said, I already have crafted out some of the items that we need. We'll look right in this inventory here. I already made 2 of the wheels. Just gonna hold down control, left click those into my inventory. I do know that I'm gonna need a metal band for the other wheel. We're gonna spin around here and I'll show you. Hit I. In order to create wheels, you're gonna need this carpenter's toolkit. You're gonna open up that possibility by managing your furnace, turning it on. Now you'll need to right click, forge the metal tools, and if you scroll down right here, you're gonna need 4 handles. We got those from softwood billet. So we'll saw out billets from a softwood log. Then we'll use our knife here to craft out handles. You'll need 4. Common bars, we kind of already gone through that, and that's just the smelting process when we put the ore in here, get it up to 1500, heat it up, make sure you got plenty of fuel to keep it burning, and then when you get to that point, you're going to be able to hit this button, smelt, and then you'll smelt your bars. You'll need, how many bars did we need? I already forgot. Smelt, forge tools, slide down, boom, 4. You'd only need 4. I've already crafted that, so we don't even need to put the effort or the energy into it. But in order to create the wheel, we're gonna right click the carpenter's toolkit, craft, slide on down, wheel. We need 2 hardwood boards. We'll need another band, and then we're gonna need some nails. We may as well go ahead and fire up the forge, start smelting out some of this iron ore, because every time I go to look for rock to pave, we're finding it straight on the ground. So the reason why I haven't been hitting this pile is this is very high quality. I think this was in the area of like 80 something. We're gonna work down these 3 piles here, try to keep them as level as possible. So that means we need to work down this one a bit. I'll lower the ground here. Gonna probably put like 60, 70, whatever we can fit in there. One more scoop, that should give us 75 unless I put it down on 15. Go back over to our forge and anvil. We're gonna inspect this because it's about to break. I know we've been using this a lot. At any moment in time, it's gonna break. So what I wanna do, I wanna manage it. Drop that in that inventory. Then we're gonna spin around. And we're gonna make some repair kit. We're gonna need some softwood billets, and how we're gonna craft that, we're actually gonna use our knife, right click, craft archer's gear, small repair kit. That's gonna start affecting our building maintenance skill. We slide this right on over. Even though we can actually make the repair kit, we can repair at 0, and that's what we're at. We're technically at 0, so we can make them, we can start repairing, but we do need to work on our masonry skills, so when we are repairing, we're getting the XP points going directly where they need to go. Right now we're looking at masonry. We're gonna need to build more construction. We're gonna have to probably start building out some stone walls, stone fences rather. That would be much cheaper. Then eventually when we start repairing, we'll get the skill points for actually repairing. Let's give it a shot and see where we're gonna go with that. Softwood billets, I think I already have some. I stuck them over here somewhere in this general area. Perfect. Grab those. Look in this. I've been putting all of our blacksmithing items in this. We're gonna need what, 10 nails per. Right click that knife, craft archer's gear, small repair kit. Let's craft them out. Let's go ahead and mass produce them. And guess what? It's like, nah, because here's the issue. Hit P, take a look. In order for us to even repair, we're gonna have to get this masonry skill up to 30 to unlock the building maintain. We can knock that out real quick, and I can show you how we're gonna do that. Look in here. We're gonna get this weight off of us. Just click those, drop those in there. Put those wheels back in that. Now that opens up some space in our inventory. And I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to do something you should really, honestly, you should never do what I'm about to do. But we're gonna drop these straight on the ground because I got no container that they'll fit in, and that opens us up for 100 space inside of our inventory. So we're gonna take Big Daddy over here. Now, you see how much faster we're gonna move around this map? We're gonna hop off. I don't really want to waste any high quality rocks, so we're gonna inspect this to see where we at on this level. Inspect it. Yeah, certainly. I don't want to waste that at all. That's high quality rock. High quality rock's gonna come into play more so when you're on you're in an MMO situation. You got PvP. People can destroy your walls. The higher the quality materials that you put in, the higher the durability, the longer time it's going to take for them to destroy the stuff. But in this regard, we're going to try to use something mid-grade, like all this rock is high quality. So quality in this game goes from 0 to 100. And that's the reason why I wanted to come up here, because there's a high quality material like just buried here and on the surface. And the deeper you go into this mountain, the higher the quality is gonna go. I've seen soil up here that was like 96 quality. But what we're gonna do, we need our pickaxe. We're gonna slide that on over. Boom, drop it in that slot because that's our back slot. You can't run around with a pickaxe on your side. I'm gonna right click, go down to dig tunnel. We're gonna make this our default task by right clicking. Now when we left click without entering the menu, it'll just start digging downward. So we're getting 25 rock from that. We are gonna go ahead and eat. I see that our hunger bar is down below 94. We wanna keep that up. That way our skill multiplier doesn't drop. We hit 2.1, so we're getting 2.1 times the normal rate as a multiplier for every action that we do in the game. Nothing is wasted in this game. Every single action matters. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this rock that we're getting to make some stone fences to get our masonry up. We're gonna get that masonry up to 30. That'll open us up on build and maintain. And really, at this point in time, this is all a side quest to the main quest that we created to continue to forge on the forge and anvil, but it's about to break. I need to repair it before we break it. All right, I think that's gonna be good. We're gonna run right on over to this Canadian. We're gonna hop on his back. Go right on up the mountain. I think it's more from like British Columbia area, possibly. Now, all we're gonna do, right click the ground. We're gonna have to make sure that our primitive hammer is established. We do have the blacksmithing hammer, but you can't do anything but blacksmithing with the blacksmithing hammer. All right, we're gonna right click here, build, simple construction, fences. Wood fence, wattle fence. What we're trying to increase is masonry. So we want to do anything that we can in the masonry line. Hit P, slide on over to your crafting. Masonry. That's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to build here until we get our points up to 30 to open this up. Building maintain. All right, stone fence. Right click, build. Construction. Fences, stone fence. And then I just walked out of the menu. That's frustrating. Going back to it. Fences, stone fence, build. Now, in this view, you're going to be able to move it wherever you want with the R. You cannot move it up and down. That's why you don't even have this axis. But you can move it left and right. We want to build it right here. And what we'll do is we'll just knock it in. We'll destroy it. We are getting credit for this. We should. Let's see. Nope. We need to add in the stone. Right click it. Build. Just add in that stone. Man, that thing's 100. You know what? We actually gonna do a trick. Access this menu. And let's take this back out. Let's try a strategy of doing it. Let's do it 10 at a time. Let's see how that works. Because I was just thinking, if we break this up, instead of doing it all at once, do it, say, 10 at a time, we should be able to get out a lot of experience out of that. And hell, we may even do an experiment and try it 5 at a time and compare. See how many skill points we're getting out of each. But I'd be willing to bet if we added all 100 in there, even if we had to hit it twice, we wouldn't get as much out of it. All right, so that actually worked really well. Now let's take a look. Let's go to our crafting tab. We got what, 7 out of that. Almost 8. Really, we need to get this to 30. Let's break this up into 5. See how much we get out of that. Right click it, build construction. Let's add to 5 and see what we get off of it. We're above 94. Let's see. Click on that masonry tab. Went up 3 points. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break it up into 5. So we'll keep adding 5 rock at a time. Build 5. Pound it in. We're gonna break this up. What I did there is I held shift, left click, open the splitter up, hit 5. What I'll do is I'll double click in there again, Control C to copy it, hit OK. That way we don't have to tap it. We don't have to type it again. Build construction, add the 5 in, add resources. So we're gonna keep doing that 5 at a time in the attempt to get this to 30 so we can make our repair kits and then use the repair kits to repair our forge and anvil. Or we'll have to build another one and go get all the resources all over again. So build construction again, add the 5, add them again. Slide on over to crafting, let's see what we're getting on that. Oh, we definitely getting to 30. So getting roughly, let's try 10. We're gonna be able to eat again here in a quick second. Add those in, add resources. And boom, we at 19. We're gonna be able to eat here in a minute. We're gonna get higher multiplier. Then we can watch it tick on up. Once we get to 30, this is gonna open up. 20. All right, now we can eat again. That's what we definitely want to do. Build construction. Split this again. The higher and higher you go up in skill, the smaller increment you're actually going to get from performing the action. And all we need to do is break 30. We can make another fence. That's no big deal. I was just aiming to get it done without having to build another one. We'll just keep adding them in by 5. I think we'll make it. Pretty sure we're gonna make it. Oh, hell yeah. Break them up by 5 again. Double click in there. Control V, put our 5. Hit tab, build construction, slide it on over. Drop it in. Gonna pound it in. 2402. Wait, 2 more, we should be straight. Build construction, add the 5, add it in. Build construction again. This will be the last time we have to do this. Then we should hit 30. Control, click. We're gonna pound this in. This should break us into where we need to be. We're trying to break 30. Once we get 30, we're gonna open up both of these lines. Oh, so close. So close. One more time. Now we should have it, for sure. Boom, that's what we needed. You see, those both lit up. Now we can go in the architecture and build even more complex construction. Slide down here, the build and maintain, that's what we needed to be able to make these repair kits. I can actually destroy this. I can deconstruct it. We'll lose all of our progress. But for every little fence that we build like that, it's going to take 100 rocks. So this game is time consuming. No matter the settings that you have on this thing, unless you run in GM mode, you're going to put some time into it. So we needed our billet, our nails, go to our knife, right click, craft archer's gear. Now we should be able to make these repair kits. What hemmed us up earlier was we had 0 here in masonry. In order for us to increase our skill in build and maintain, to make the repair kits and actually use them, we needed to open this line up. In order to open that, we needed this at 30 to open this. And it goes the same. If I want to open up the next level repair kits, which would be medium, then I would have to repair enough with these to open up 30. And as you can see, we're crafting it, so we're getting points for every one that we're almost there. We can make medium repair kits. But considering the amount of resources that you put into stuff, these small repair kits, they do exactly what you need. I'd much rather make a bunch of these than a medium repair kit. So now, right click this forge, and I'll tell you how I know it's gonna break. We're gonna inspect it. Goes back to the durability. It's got 6,400 durability, and we've smelted a lot of iron ore off of this, and we've made a lot of metal tools. We've made a lot of nails, bands. I've even made sheets. We have plenty of ingots. We have plenty of bars. So the fact that I need to repair it now, even though it says 3340, what happens is about half-ish is gonna break. And then every time you use it, it's gonna break on you again and again. You don't want to drive that durability down because it's gonna take you a longer time to repair it. So what we're gonna do, right click, now we have the repair option open to us. We're gonna click repair. And what I do is I'll just follow down my repair kit by quality. I always try to work out my lowest quality stuff before I move on to my higher quality stuff. We're gonna get a larger repair out of the higher quality. Quality always matters. And we're just gonna keep repairing it, and then you'll see right here, your build and maintain has increased. That's our skill. And then right here, we're repairing that durability. We're gonna repair it back to 6,400. I don't want to manage just yet. I want to finish repairing it. Repair. We'll keep an eye on what we're repairing. You also get notified up here as well, or you can just inspect the item. We're down below 94 on our food bar. Go ahead and eat again, so we're getting the maximum amount of skill points out of this. Repair. I'm just going to make that my default action. Now we've used just about all of our nails. We got, 10 left here. We would need to get more lump. We're about to run smelting a little bit. Try to work down this ore. Where we at? 4811. Repair. That'll be good enough. This is our last repair kit. It's repaired enough for us to at least accomplish what we want to accomplish. We're gonna go ahead and knock that out. We'll run over here. We still got our shovel equipped. Hit F3. We said we're gonna keep working down these 3 piles. This is our lower quality stuff. We already filled it up, so we can go ahead and fire it up. Honestly, I forgot we Right click, manage. Forgot we already put them in here. We one step ahead of ourselves. We're gonna get these bellows up to 1500. That's gonna put the heat bar here. We want that heat bar to fill up so it's nice and hot all the way to the right. Now, we're gonna need to keep an eye on our charcoal. We can add 15 more in here. I got a nice little surplus on this side. Now, what I like to do when I'm doing this, you see we no longer have a surplus of charcoal. We just use the last bit of it. We're gonna use these hardwood logs to make some more while we're smelting this iron. We're gonna manage so we can put more charcoal in here. We can put 14. I'm gonna hold shift, left click, put 14 in there. Split this stack, drop it in. I seen that it went down by one, just split that over. Boom, we back to 100. Keep that at 1500. Keep that temperature going up till it gets nice and bright on this side, then it'll allow us to smelt. What we need, we're gonna need some bars, which we already have, unless I used them all. We're gonna look in here. We do have some bars. Let's click those on over. And we also are gonna need some more nails. We're just gonna use all of these. Make some nails. All right, go back to P so we can see what we got equipped. We do have our blacksmith hammer. That's gonna be necessary to beat these nails out. We're gonna need to go to forge this time. Metal tools. Metal bands. We're gonna need, what, one metal band per wheel. So we'll mass produce, because I like to have a surplus items, especially since we're already in the process of smelting some more ore. And then as soon as it finishes this cycle, we'll check out. Actually, we'll just check out these nails. We'll mass produce those. While we're crafting out these nails, I'm gonna go grab some water. We got 2 more cycles to go through on that, and I'll be right back. All right, back from my water break. Got some more nails. Let's see if we're ready to smelt. Before I start smelting, I don't want my furnace to run out, so I'm gonna manage that, check out, see what kind of charcoal I'm working with here. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of a crafting cycle and then all of a sudden you run out of charcoal or whatever material you're using as fuel. I recommend always using charcoal as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and run out some more iron bars. Now we need to equip our smelting tool, which is our crucible and tongs. I forgot we swapped that out so we could get our masonry skill up. So we're gonna go back to this. Smelt iron bars. We're just gonna run this a few cycles. We'll probably get, say, 15 or so out of this. Work out some more lumps. That way we have some in stock. And whenever we need nails, we can just produce them on demand. The good thing is, after you do this smelting process for these particular items, you just need the raw material. not the raw material. The first tier crafted material, which is gonna be your lump, your bars. You just need them in your inventory. Then you can just beat them on out. We gotta make 2 more wheels. Then as soon as we finish this crafting cycle, we'll be able to go into that carpenter's toolkit. We need 2 wheels for our horse cart. We can't do anything with that horse cart until we get the flax growing. So that's crucial. But then we're gonna need a spinning wheel. We might as well go ahead and make the spinning wheel as well, because I know that as soon as we get that flax, we're gonna need that. We're starting to get a lot of crafting stations up now. We got a moose we can ride around on. We'll go check and see what kind of cycle. I think that farm has been now down through 2 cycles of rain. So we should get to a point where we see the first pop. Oh, we kind of got way too many bars. Hitting those bars hard. Go back to smelt. We'll just smelt the rest out in a lump. Then we're gonna outen this, extinguish it, move on to something else. Because honestly, we still have to create the loom. We still have to create the tanning tub. We have to go get at least 3 more small hides. And I want to pick up my pigs there before that bag deletes. Smelt. We have no more options. Go to manage your furnace, extinguish that. We do know that we're gonna have to create more charcoal here soon. We can go ahead and create the remaining amount of our wheels. We got 2 wheels. Go back to your carpenter's toolkit, open that up, scroll on down to the wheel. 1 band, 2 hardwood boards. We got plenty of nails. I mean, really, honestly, I don't want to use this high quality stuff. But for the sake of having to run back out, we're just gonna saw out 4 boards. That some is the fact that we need to equip our saw. Swap these out. We'll put the saw on our side this time. Back in the day when we had primitive stone saw, that stone saw will only go on your back. Now it opened us up to our hip. Saw out that. We'll get 4 boards. We already good on our nails. We're already good on our bands. Tie those together. We'll have our 4 wheels for our horse cart. Then those pigs that are sitting on that drop bag, which would delete if I don't pick them up, we'll put those back in our inventory until we get that cart over there completed. One more board. All right, cool. Right click that carpenter's toolkit, craft. Slide back down to the wheel. Boom, we're good. We're gonna mass produce and we're gonna produce 2 more. Craft it. We need 1 more. Craft again. Now this horse cart is going to change the game. We already got the moose. We can ride around. We can tame other animals. And what we are going to do is we're about to deviate from this task, since we are going to have to go out. We're going to need more of a lot of things. So you would create furniture in this instance. We'd add our 30 boards. We'd saw out 30 boards. What I would do is I'd just bring the logs directly over here. I'll get some lower quality logs. It doesn't matter for this because it's an item that we're going to use. It's not going to need a durability, so durability is not going to matter to us. it won't degrade or break down. We'll add our 4 wheels. We need metal components, then leather, linen, rope. This right here is what's holding us up, honestly, right now. Thin leather, we can work that out soon. We're gonna go work on that. We're gonna go hunting. We'll come back, we'll craft at the base during the daytime. We're gonna pick our pigs back up, look in this inventory, and then I'll show you about renaming items. I like to name my crate and chest. So right click them, rename, and we'll call this blacksmithing. Yep. We good there. Got that renamed. Now when we hover over it, it'll tell us what's in there. We'll look in. Still got plenty of room. We'll put that band in there. We're gonna put our wheels over here. We can hold control and drop it in there, but it's gonna throw it in a random spot. Want to put my lumps in here. Get those off of me. And then we're about to go hunting. One thing I did do is I went ahead and crafted more bolts for our crossbow. We have 2 crossbows, so if one breaks while we're in the field, we're good. Now, we do have this rock. We're gonna shift on over. We're gonna need these to do some taming if we see a horse or another moose. We're gonna hit P. Put that hammer back on us. We don't need this blacksmithing hammer at the moment. Now, in a previous stream, this right here was rock. We had to pave around it, and once I paved around it, I just dug it down until it opened up a small divot. When it does that, it's gonna block all the tiles around it until it heals by just sitting there for a while, couple server cycles. Then you'll be able to scoop it down and it'll turn back to dirt. Now we can pave it down. Right click, build stone road. We're gonna flatten that. We're gonna eat again. Then we're gonna go hunting. While we're out, we may even tame some more animals. But before we leave, we're gonna pick up our pigs before we forget about them. Right click, use flat ground. We can add 2 more tiles here. So we'll just keep working this in this direction. Right click, build stone road. And I do need to eat, so we're getting the maximum amount of skill points out of each one of these things and keep ticking this up. Eat again. Right click, use shovel, flat ground. We're gonna use this in multiples of 30. Run on over here. Now we can build stone road. Now what this has done is this is our elevation tool, so we see that every single one of these tiles are flattened at 53.5. This is not flattened. Even though you would still run fast across that, even if it weren't flattened, because of the material that's on the ground, you're gonna have to flatten it. Then you'll get your speed buff. We also have a flattened surface so we can build our buildings. We're expanding our foundation. Incrementally, just a little bit at a time. Everything matters. Let's check our inventory, make sure we straight on food. We got plenty of apples to tame with. It only took me 1 taming cycle with I think I had a 94 apple, and I tamed this 1 time and it goes right in your inventory. P. We'll put that on our back. Go ahead and put these here. See if we can double up. Put them on the other side too. That way when we run out, it'll naturally shift to the other side. And guess what? Yo, we going deuces wild. Alright. We ready to roll. I like to keep my inventory organized. This is gonna irritate the hell out of me. Hand tools down below. Back tools up here. Slide that over. That big ass sickle actually is a hand tool. It's disproportionate for the size it is in the game. It's kind of irritating. This could be a hand tool or a back tool, hand tool. Pickaxe. We're gonna slide that up there. Now our inventory is nice and organized. Now I don't have to be frustrated. Right click, get on. Look at that, we ready to roll. Ah, it's looking good. We can actually hit F3. We can remove the HUD by hitting H. Is that not what it was? Are you serious? Oh, it's Control H. Now we get a nice screenshot. Get all of our progress in this. All right. Turn our HUD back on. Control 8. Turn down these effects real quick. Setting, audio, object, effect. Drive those down. Tweak that music down a bit. Let me know in the chat if the music volume is too low. That way we don't have any feedback, because I don't want to wear a headset. We don't have our first tick on this planting season, so hopefully here soon we'll be straight. And we should be tripping these snares here soon. I swear these things have been out here way too long to not be tripped. We're gonna right click these, we're gonna pick these up, we're gonna put these a little bit further out. For some reason we struggling with catching. What I need is, I need some chicken. And then once we get some chickens, we'll need at least 2. We may have to put out another trap. We're gonna run over here. Come out here in this opening. Run over here, right click the ground. We're gonna create a snare. Put that snare there. And hell, we'll put this one right beside it so we don't get lost. Boom. Let's see in relation to our base. All right, it's just south of our base. Right here in this clearing, we can't miss it. We can forget it, but we can't miss it. All right, let's see. We're gonna keep rolling with this. And if I remember, I'm pretty sure from the horse, you can still look for tracks. Maybe not the moose. Nope. We'll have to test it out on the horse. We'll just ride around for a minute. Maybe we'll run into something. Let's jump back off. Right click the ground. We're gonna look for. Let's look for some peaceful animals right now. We need thin hide that we're gonna tan. So we're gonna look for peaceful animals. I know I need 3 more. We already have 1. We are currently hunting. We're gonna ride for a bit. Hop off. Right click that ground. We already have it as our default task. So I am playing this as if some people don't know how to play this at all. We're gonna eat again. We below 94. Keep an eye on that. Keep that multiplier going up. Increase our quality and variety of food. Hop back on Joe here. Up. We got a wolf. That's good. Bruh's about to die. We're gonna hit 3. About to hunt a wolf. Killed a bear on the last stream. We got his head over there. There he goes. Right there. I'll shoot him right in between the eyes. Ooh, maybe not. A little bit higher. Got him. And then this is the reason why I want the damn arbalist. The loading time on that. Get on our move. We getting chased. We about to run bruh down to the water. I'm gonna show you a survival tactic. We lost this aggro. We're gonna hide this moose. We're gonna be somewhat overburdened. Oh yeah, I didn't put the pigs back on me. I gotta make sure that we go back and get those. We dropped them in a bag. Now, the reason why I can run with this moose, even though it's got 120 stones, I like to run with a higher base inventory. That's gonna be on your stats, willpower. I like to jack mine up pretty high. That'll allow me to carry whatever I want and still be able to run. That wolf's right over here. We're gonna back up into the water. Where did we lose this trail? Damn sure don't want to run up on it. But we like dusted boy. He's just chilling. So we're gonna hit 3 on our hot bar. Cocked and loaded. Aim a little too high. Shoot up the hill. Got him. See? And I don't want to do that. I'm gonna hit R to get out of that quickly. He's gonna be chasing us. He's right behind us. We're about to get some slashing damage. Boom. Now, one thing he won't do, come out here and swim. I got you right there. Go back to 3 on our hot bar. He did get me pretty good. Nothing too bad. So, and that's what happens when you don't. You're trying to open up other menus and hunt at the same time. Boom, right in the torso. That makes no sense. Come on. They don't like water. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Right now, we just hunting this wolf. Really, I'm trying to go out. I really only wanted to find rabbits at the moment. He's about to die. That's why he's running like that. But I don't want to run up on him. Oh, he's like go. We can't track them. We're gonna hit R. We're gonna look for tracks, but we're gonna go down, look for aggressive animals. What this is gonna do is gonna open up the footprint on the ground. He like ran way off. There he goes. 3. I think one more headshot and he's done. Dead boy. Right in the head for 51 damage. That's a pretty damn good shot. He's out. And this right here is what happens when you run up on a wolf. Always with these aggressive animals, get yourself into a position where you can back yourself up against the water. They won't come at you. Get you a couple good shots in. And honestly, really, if you keep your agility high, you'll be able to outrun them. You can outrun a bear. I like to keep mine around 30. That allows me to use any of the archery equipment that I want to use. We just wasted this bear. Thank you for joining the stream. Well, this is technically not a bear. I already killed a bear. This is going to be a wolf. We're going to go ahead and skin this off. We're gonna eat before we do it. Keep that skill going up. We're gonna equip that knife. Drop it right on over here. Boom. Skin that junk. Hopefully we'll get a wolf head. Our hunting skill should be high enough that we're gonna be able to acquire trophies off this. We did get the head off the bear. Hell yeah. Now we'll be able to make a trophy, hang this joker up on a wall somewhere. That's the cool thing about this game. Like, you legit will have trophies all through your shit. Now, and we're overburdened. We did get some meat. That's gonna open us up to a variety of food. We got some overgrown parasite that's gonna be used for alchemy. We'll use this. Horns, claws, whatnot. I think they're in higher advanced. Tool, weapons, maybe. Possibly armor. I didn't ever progress that far because that is a very time consuming and tedious process, which we will get to in this stream at some point. We do have a hide. We got a wolf hide. And then we're just gonna release this. This is taking up 120 stones. This is our tame moose. Right now, this is our whip. We're gonna continue on hunting. Really, the only thing I want or need at this current time are rabbits. I don't want to pull from my rabbits that are breeding back at the base. I want to build up a nice surplus of them. So we're just gonna run straight through here. Make sure we don't run up on anything too aggressive. This is our second trophy. We have a bear head back at the base. I think it was the last stream I killed that bear. See what we got over here. Oh, we have an optical illusion is what we have. But we can track. I'm gonna go ahead and track. All I need is peaceful animals. I had no intention of running up on that wolf. He just so happened to be around. All right, so we definitely got a track on something. Where are the tracks? And what you'll see them lit up on the ground. We'll track again. I'm honestly hoping that it is, oh, it's a rabbit, and that's exactly what we need. We're about to get back on our moose. I don't want to leave my moose. The wild animals that are aggressive will kill this thing. And right now, this has changed our lives. All we ever needed was a moose or a horse, and now we have a moose. I like to keep the moose at the base for literal mules, for the cart, whatnot. So this little rabbit took off this way. Then he jetted like this. Dipped this way. There he goes. Hit 3 a hot bar. About to waste this rabbit. He's gonna run. We just gotta remember where we left our moose. He'll be alright for right now. Dang. Little Peter Rabbit ran so far away. Yeah, I got you right there. This is gonna be one shot kill. These things will blend in with the environment, especially if you got fucked up rods and cones. Every time. Got it. And then we'll just need to kill 2 more after this. Then we'll have all the small hides that we need. Try to stay a little this way. Dude, where you going? And it's unfortunate that I just ran out of stamina, and also that I have 2 traps that don't seem to want to catch anything. A little to the left. Oh, it's a little to the right. Are you serious? I want to spook it. The arbalist is so much more accurate. Dead. Oh, he whined and everything. All right, we're gonna get out of hit R. That'll get you out of combat mode. We already got our knife attached. We're gonna skin this junk. If I can find 2 more, we'll be good. Worst case scenario, we'll slaughter some at the base. But I was really honestly hoping that we run across a horse while we were out and about. And then we're gonna go back and get Joe. Just backtrack. The labyrinth here of following Peter Rabbit to his death. We're gonna hop on our moose, getting some game meat. This will open us up to be able to create another dish. We'll go fishing. That way we can get that variety back. Hop on this. Get on old Joe here. Roll out. Scan the scene to see what we can find. All we need is 2 more rabbits, and then we don't have to pull from our breeding program. We'll track peaceful animal. We're gonna eat again too. We dropped below 94. We found nothing. That's what that sound was. But there might be an aggressive animal by. Let's track aggressive animal. None. Hop on, Joe. Ooh. Hey, yo. Alright. We'll check again. See what we can find. Track the peaceful animal. Then we'll track an aggressive one. Kind of circle back. Our base is over here. Now we can move at a pretty decent pace, so I'm not too much worried about the distance. And honestly, while we're out, we may even grab some clay or sand. We're gonna need that. Oh, we just got a hit. Gotta find those feet. What do we got around? Track it again. We got something. Where are the feet? It must be close by. Track it again. Not seeing it. Track it again. Let's try to find those feet. See where it's going. All right, we're too far away from it. Must be further that way. Track it. And I always love this about this game is like you legit have to track your animals. And I already have a breeding pair of pigs, so if it's a pig, we're just gonna take it out. That'll give us some pork, even though it's not kosher. All right, so this animal has got to be in this general area somewhere. All right, we hit it again. Where is it? Not run everywhere. Track it. Where is this thing? Feeling like this thing's messing with my emotions right now. Track it again. All right, we're not getting a hit. So I got a good idea the radius that is in. We aren't getting the feet. Track it. Nope. All right, so it's got to be in here somewhere. Nah, you ain't even close. No hit. Nope. That jump's got to be somewhere right in here. Unless it's moving. Just look around. Maybe we'll run up on it. We do know that it's peaceful, so it really don't matter if we do run up on it or not. All right, we're gonna hop off here. See what we got. Nothing. Let's track aggressive. Nothing. The server has been maturing, so we should be able to see a lot of animals as we're out and about. I haven't slaughtered but a few of them. We just entered a different territory. See what we can find over here. Track aggressive. Nothing. Let's track peaceful. All right, so we do got a hit on that. Ah, it's another rabbit. That's what we need. We're gonna go ahead and get our crossbow out. Gotta be somewhere. Take the high ground. Let's scan around. Where's the rabbit? Here's our track. Take the high ground again. Let's scan up here. All right, let's hit R. Make this our default task by right clicking right here. We're gonna track it. Should pull up the tracks again. Eat again. We are gonna need to cook more. This is our last stack. But really, I'd love to be able to get another rabbit. Now I can left click the ground and then we'll just track this rabbit till we get it. All right. Keep track. This is so funny. Stupid ass rabbit. There he goes. Where's that? We lost the tracks. We're gonna get the tracks again. No, he said. This way. I mean, really, how did you disappear like that? You can't just vanish. I hate hunting rabbits because they wind up blending in with the environment and I can't ever see them. All right, we're back on it. Where is this rabbit? Appreciate you joining the stream. Right now we're trying to get this rabbit before we head back to the base. That way we can go ahead and start tanning. Track end right here. I have not seen any type of rabbit anywhere over here. Nope. I mean, if I'm not seeing this rabbit, am I overlooking it? Because it's not here. Nowhere. Anyway. It says the tracks end right over there. Oh, now it's saying it's way over here. I can't even spook it out because I don't see it. Like old boy just disappeared. They don't run that fast. Yeah, I have absolutely not seen any rabbit over here whatsoever. Saying that the tracks end right here. Yep, nope. I ain't even messing with that rabbit. We'll just slaughter 2 at the base. We should have them to where they're breeding now. Was a waste of time. Ideally, I was just wanting to casually run into a horse or something. We did casually run into a wolf. We took that wolf out. Maybe we'll casually run into a bear or another aggressive animal. Kind of do a casual trot through. That way we don't miss an eye on anything. Who knows? Maybe that damn rabbit's over here. We're gonna do a G strut through. Scan the horizon, see if we see anything moving. We're gonna head back to the base, but along the way we're gonna see if we see any aggressive animals. Or honestly, I need 2 more rabbits so we don't have to hit our breeding population. I don't want to slow that down. I may just set some more snares. And then we'll let the server just casually pick them up for us. So I've seen 3 horses on here, and now that we're to a point that I can tame them, I can't find any. The whole entire time I was building up that skill, I was running into horses left and right. Let's hop off. Let's look for some track. We already have it as our default task, so we're just gonna click left, click, and it says that we found something. Oh, we found a bird. How about that? Where's this little bird? Track it again. Yeah, run all the way over here. And it's good to hunt at night because these tracks, they don't disappear in the light. So much easier to track an animal at night. You'll be able to see that track all the way through. All right, so it's over here somewhere. And these birds that we're looking for, they're actually very tiny, and usually when you run up on them, they'll fly out and you can spot them pretty easily. Where did those tracks end? Right here. Be around in here. That's a big negative. I'm not gonna sit here and track down a bird when I can just capture a chicken and get everything I need from the chicken and domesticate them, breed them. That's a waste of my time. I got better things to do in this primeval world with no clock. Go back to our G strut here in a minute. Some marble on the ground. Check that. Pretty sure that is marble. We can scoop that on up because that's broken marble. We'll inspect that. Marble quality 8. It's good to know. Hop on old Joe here. Making our way back to the base. We'll just pull the last 2 rabbits we need from our breeding stock. Hopefully they had another cycle of breeding. Some loose stone we just ran across. Let's inspect that. Such an odd color. Oh, it's just regular rock. And a lot of times as you just stroll on about, you run across things that you need. I do know that we're gonna need gypsum for the more advanced buildings under architecture. So we will have to travel eventually to go get gypsum off the side of a mountain. We'll probably just use it from this one. Pretty sure this is marble. And if it's gypsum, we'll take it with us. Let's inspect that. That's marble. That's just raw marble. That other pile that we just passed was like crushed rock marble. We would be able to scoop that up with the shovel. That back there, we'd actually have to mine that. Trot our way back to the base. About to take a beeline this way. Get through this forest here. Get back into a G strut. Scan the horizon. Coming through this marsh, we might see something. Here, let's hop off and see if we can get an aggressive animal or maybe a large peaceful animal. So far, we've ran across the tracks of like 2 rabbits. We killed 1 rabbit. We inadvertently ran into a wolf. We killed that. We got a hit on some track. But the animals were nowhere to be seen. Hit that tracking button again and we're gonna eat because we're below 90. How about that? This is straight murder. That's what's about to happen here. We're gonna hit 3, go ahead and get our gear ready. And while I'm thinking about it, hit R to go out of the combat mode, hit I. I'm gonna go ahead and equip these. That way, when we're hunting, we know we got 16 shots in its entirety. We're not gonna need all of those, but we'll already have them. We're gonna hit 3 again. We're about to waste this pig. We're gonna leave Joe back there. Joe will be all right. Ah, this is way over here. I'd much rather track a medium animal or a large animal. Those small tracks get to where it irritates me. Especially because those animals blend in with the environment. These larger animals you can see from a distance. We already have a breeding pair of pigs. It looks like that's a boar. About to die. Oh, it's a sow. Oh, this is gonna be easy. We're about to have some pork and be so unkosher. I mean, we're technically in a state of survival, so I think it's okay for now. We're not gonna like overindulge or anything, but we certainly gonna have some bacon, and we don't want none of that turkey shit. Appreciate you joining the stream. We're gonna take out this sow. We already have a breeding pair of pigs, and I honestly don't want to take up any more inventory space. It's down and out. What the hell is growling at me? Oh, that was this death growl from the sow. That was horrible. Had my damn fight or flight triggered. Hit P, go back to our knife. We'll swap out this small stack of bolts. Right click, skin it. This actually was a fairly productive hunting trip. We got a trophy head. We're gonna mount that junk. Now we got some meat. Wait, I didn't get pork from a pig. So pork must be a byproduct of breeding and farming these things. Game meat must invariably come from anything that you killed in the wild. Fair. It's dead. Now we gotta go find Joe. Luckily, we just follow these tracks backwards. Excuse me. Go straight to Joe. We'll be right at the base. Go skin a couple rabbits. Hopefully they've been breeding. Cook up this meat. Got plenty of meat now. We'll open up a variety. Honestly, we do need to go fishing. And we're below 94 on our hunger bar, which is right here in the bottom left-hand corner. What we're trying to do is keep this right here at 2.1 or higher until we can get some variety in our diet. We at 2.2, so I'm satisfied with that so far. Considering what we have in quality and variety in our diet is gonna stay at that for a while, but we about to fix that. Run back on over here to Joe, wherever Joe is. You can't miss Joe. Yeah, you see what I said? You can't miss Joe. Joe like is over there and we can see his ass from distance. Wonder if we got any aggressive animals around. Look for, slide over aggressive animals. Oh, now we got a boar, because if it's aggressive, it will pop up as a boar. Tracks in right here. Now, I am starting to believe that unless he's in the marsh, that's what's happening when we're tracking and they're not at the end of their tracks. They have got to be despawned. This is the only thing that I can think of. Otherwise, it makes no sense. You saw when we tracked the sow, it took us directly to her. So this boar can't even be a thing anymore. And even though that's pig tracks, that's exactly what it would be if I was tracking an aggressive animal. It would have to be a boar. Because the boars do get aggressive. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happened here. Boom, there. Skip. Boom, there. Couple shots, we'll have it down. We'll be doing all right for ourselves. We're going back with way more hiding than we ever intended. All right, we're gonna hit 3 because we still have our crossbow equipped. Oh boy, we a bow hunter now. He's coming. I'm about to hit go. I hit R so I could run out, or he'd be busting up our ribs. The last time we hunted a boar, we wound up getting our ribs busted up pretty good. We're gonna have broke ribs for sure. And like legit broke ribs, and I'll show you how we identify that. All right, we lost his aggro. Go back to 3. We're gonna do a headshot. Boom. Oh, R. We're gonna hop on Joe and beeline. All right. As soon as we lose his aggro, we'll hit him in the head one more time. He still wants to be aggro. All right, that should have lost it. We're gonna hop off. Hit 3 on our hot bar. This should be the last shot. We're gonna do a headshot and be done with this dude. Where did he go? Be around in here. Ah, there you go. I see you. Yeah, Mark. Really? You don't want to die yet? Run back over here to Joe. That way, if we have to jump on him, we'll be straight. Oh, right behind us. Mashing up them ribs. Whoa. Prerequisite skills too low. We're gonna have to get that slinger skill a little bit higher. Lost his aggro. This should be the last shot. If this shot don't kill this thing, then we were just dealing with a high quality. Probably don't want to kill that, but it's definitely dying. Just keep running around in circles till we lose this aggro. Where did we lose? We should have lost it right about this way. I see him. 3. At least we'll get a fair amount of meat off this thing. Dead. Hit 3. Run over, check out our kill. We're gonna skin him. That'll give us another hide. Now we're working in the right direction for what we need here. Ah, sweet. We got a boar head. We got a boar head, a bear head, a wolf head. We're gonna have some pretty nice trophies at our base, no doubt. We definitely overweighted. See if we met our max. No, not quite our max. But we are gonna need to go back to the base. We got way more than we came out here for, but we are not going back for exactly what we came out here for, which is ironic. We're gonna turn around, our base is right over here. Get old Joe to turn right into a tree. Gonna run straight across this marsh, put him in like 4-wheel drive, 4 low or something. Trudge through this. Alright. We doing good. And the good thing is we did reset those traps out here in this clearing just south of the base. Hopefully they got something. I'm tired of putting out snares and not catching anything. Where do we put? Just south of the base, in the clearing. And we should have 2 snares. Did have 3 light up the ground. Maybe further over. All right, we're gonna run back, jump on Joe. We'll come out when it's a little bit lighter. Daylight is about the end. Go back to the base, do some crafting. Certainly eliminate all of this food in our inventory. Go ahead and cook all that out. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to fish on the way back. We still got plenty of room in our inventory. Fish are very light. And now we have Joe. So our inventory is not going to prevent Joe from running any faster than he would if we didn't have overbearing inventory. We'll also need to make some more bolts. Run right over here to this water. We'll fish right here, go back to the base. We'll just cook up all that food. That'll give us the variety and quality that we're looking for. And I did notice that I got a prompt that our slinger skill needs to go up. We won't acquire any more archery skill until we get that slinger up, 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 up. And I'll show you what I mean when we get over there. Should still have some durability on this fishing pole. We shouldn't have to make another one. Let's hit P. Our fishing pole's right here. We got a third of what it was. Or so, just above. Gonna slide over here. We're gonna fish. Let's pull in some of this fish. We're gonna go back. We got a boar trophy. We got a wolf head trophy. We can hang those up at the base along with our bear trophy. See what kind of quality we pulling in. We got 55, which our hunting skill, if you hit P, hover over here to your crafting tab, slide on down. Hell, we can catch up to 96 quality fish, maybe 1 or 2 points above. We ran out of stamina. Bro acts like he's fly fishing or something. We do need to eat again. Keep that skill point multiplier up. We're about to substantially increase that with the variety and quality of food that we're gonna have. As soon as we get back to the base, cook up all this game meat. Take back some fish spoils. That was actually a fairly productive hunting trip, even though I had no intentions of hunting boar. We killed a sow, we killed this wolf, killed a rabbit. I wanted to find at least 2 other rabbits. They were so elusive. .68 quality. So we are gonna substantially increase our food variety and quality, which is gonna help us get that multiplier up that I'm always talking about. So we'll keep fishing. We got plenty of extra room, even though technically we're overburdened, but we got Joe the Canadian right behind us. We're gonna ride him on back to the base, cook up all of this. We should have all the resources that we need and want. I did go ahead and create a metal sheet. We're gonna use that metal sheet to create a cooking pot. That's gonna open us up to many more recipes, because I'm pretty sure at this point we're eligible to cook with that. I would assume. I hope. We're about to find out. This is our cooking line. Cook. You can cook. I can cook now. Right here. That's where we want to hit. We want to get to all these new recipes. And then that multiplier that I'm always harping about will go all the way up to 10, and then we'll be able to maintain that as a multiplier to every skill point that we're getting from every action that we'll do a few more fishing cycles, pull those on in, go back to the base, cook them up. And then when we get back, I need to remember, because I'm ADHD like that, to look in the coop and check and see if our breeding program is doing anything decent. I'd like to take 2 of them out of it. We can start working on our tanning, creating leather. Hopefully we'll get a couple cycles on our farming in the next day or 2. Then by, I'd say, the next session or 2, we'll be producing flax. Then we're gonna take that flax, we're gonna get that byproduct off of there. We're gonna spin that up, make that linen rope, and then we'll have our horse cart that's gonna give us extra inventory space for some of these larger items. Like we have a breeding pair of pigs at the base that I dropped in a drop bag, and I need to go get those before the server resets and deletes them. We'll just keep fishing. 1 more cycle of fish, then we're done. We'll roll out. We'll go grab old Joe back there very slowly. We will walk to it. All right, we good. We're gonna hop on Joe the Canadian, spin around, go back to the base. We got the option to go wide ass open, or we can do a G-strut. Right there, that's the G-strut. So where we're trying to go right here, right on this peak, that's where our base is. Got to keep our bearings. We're gonna travel north through the dense forest. Who knows what we will encounter. At this rate, I think we pretty much eliminated anything that we would encounter. We have been patrolling around the base. I did it a couple times in single sessions when I was playing by myself without streaming. And I'm pretty sure that the bear I killed was on stream. So we eliminated that bear. Now that bear had me pissed off because it killed me when I was out foraging I got distracted, wasn't even paying attention. The next thing I know, I get slashed like once, twice. I dip, I'm running. I go to turn around, try to defend myself, boom, dead. So I had a Legends of the Fall grudge with that boy. I tracked him down and killed him, and I didn't just take his claw, I took his whole entire body. Alright, we back home now. That's our monument. That gives us territory rights. If you hit F4, let's say you're playing in a multiplayer server. This right here is the land you're claiming. I just hit R, which put me in combat mode with a fishing pole. Look like some kind of redneck trying to defend a spot. Alright, we're gonna hit C, go back into third person. Yeah, that is so irritating. That is like obnoxiously long. There's no sense in having a fishing pole that long. We're gonna go into P. We're gonna swap that fishing pole out. This is obnoxiously large. There, much better. Now, time to elevate our cooking game. Do we still have the saw equipped? We do not. We're gonna put that saw on. Let's equip that. We don't need these bolts at the moment. We done hunting. Right click the ground. We're gonna create. Let's create furniture and see if that cooking pot is in here. Can't remember what tier it's under. Definitely not in that. Right click, create decorations. Hell, it may even be in build. Let's check out build simple construction. Big cauldron. We're in masonry now. We can create cooking building. That looks like a lot of work. We just need to find copper. Make 2 copper ingots. Hell, we could do this if we wanted to, but that's creating an entire kitchen. That's a lot of work. I feel the pain from that. Crafting bonus building. You know what? Right now, given our circumstances and our level of wealth and time, we're just gonna create a big cauldron. That's so much easier. I already have the simple rope created. We have plenty of branches. I already have the metal sheet done. That makes so much more sense. Oh, primitive hammer. How about that? We'll swap out that knife, put our primitive hammer on here. We do need to make a mallet, which we're gonna need bone glue. We are starting to stack up some bones, so here shortly we can actually make bone glue in this thing we're about to create. Simple construction. Oven, then we can go to baking. Oh, that's pretty easy. We just need to go get the clay. We got Joe there, so we could run over to our clay pit. We're gonna build this right here. We're gonna knock this out. I already have the sheet. I'll show you how the sheet is created. So this is the signpost that's gonna pop up. This is your crafting menu. You wanna build simple construction, we're gonna make that our default task. I already created this sheet. You're gonna need 2 iron ingots. We know now by forging every single stream now. Right here, light it up. You got charcoal. All you will need to do is this right here. You'll need your ingots. You'll need 2 of them. Drop them in. Now, in order to forge, we're gonna need to manage the furnace, turn it on. Right click, forge. Not smelt, but forge. Smelting's when you got raw iron ore in there. Go to metal, with those two in your inventory. I'm just gonna slide on down, but you're gonna have to go to P, this blacksmithing hammer on you. Otherwise, how you gonna beat the iron ingots into form? Forge, metal sheet, right here. That's all we needed. Craft, produce. So now that is how you create a metal sheet. We'll need metal sheets for other things, so I'm not worried about having an extra. And we got plenty of raw iron ore that honestly we haven't even intentionally mined for. This is all byproduct of trying to get rock to pave all this out. Then we'll run on over to this signpost. We'll build this with this whole left control, left click that over. I already created the simple rope. I can give you a rundown on exactly how to do that, but for time's sake, we'll just go ahead and get the 4 that we got in here. Boom. 4 from there. Build simple construction, drop that simple rope in there. There you go. Cinnamon roll type structure. 10 branches. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to use some of these branches that we have over here in these crates. We need to start eliminating some of this inventory. And eventually I'm going to have to move all this junk. I got to get it out of the way. It's starting to be a bit of clutter. And we got some pretty high quality branches too. So we'll just take this whole stack, drag it over, slide on over. Now we'll have our cauldron. Hold control, left click, it drops the 10 in we need. We do need to eat, because when we knock all this in, we're gonna get some experience points towards, what's this under? Construction? Construction. Wait, what happened? Did we break it? No, we replaced it. So, funny thing, you are not able to use a blacksmith hammer for constructing anything other than metal items. So we're gonna swap that back out. I mean, it's not like you can just beat anything else with a blacksmithing. You have to beat the forge and anvil. Now we're good. So now, boom, it's done. This opens us up for a lot of recipes. But in order to open the recipe menu, we're gonna have to add some charcoal, which we need to go ahead and create more of, because we already used all of our surplus. We're gonna manage this kiln. I already have some stacks in here, but we're gonna go ahead and saw out, not a board. We're gonna hover down here, hit that billet style, saw out some billets, drop them in here, fill this up. I think we had 110 of the inventory in there. Wait, what happened? Did we just break this? We did. I'll tell you what I do with broken tools. After you get to a certain point, these broken tools still have a value. You can repair them. I don't really care to repair it because I could make a higher quality one. Like this is 10. So control, we're gonna click that right on in here. So our monument, in order to have this land claim, it needs to grow. That ring around it in your own will continue to get bigger and bigger. As this fills up, it's gonna pull from your claim support point. You're gonna have to feed this thing with crafted items and then keep that up. The higher tier monument is going to take more and more claim points to increase radius and maintain that radius. We're just going to drop that in there and we're going to hit sacrifice. It's broke anyway. We can just make a new one. Boom. Added a few points, but we had like 58,000. Every cycle is only pulling 760, so we good. We're going to fire up this kiln, manage that. We're gonna drop these in here. Fire that on up. There's no need to use these bellows. You don't have, you can make your charcoal right here at this temperature. Just let it be smooth. Then we'll be able to pull it out. I mean, and considering our circumstances, we no longer have a saw. Might as well look in here. I do know that we're gonna need some bars. Get them bars. Control, left click, that handle in there. Hell, we may even need 2 handles for a saw. Manage, we're gonna fire this up. Right click. Forge metal tools, which we're not gonna be able to do because we swapped out that hammer again. We'll just put it right here. Right on that side. Forge metal tools. Scroll on down to the saw. We're gonna need 2 handles. Imagine that. What do you need 2 handles for? It's not like 2 handles are even on it. Not even cracked. Not like it's a 2-sided handle saw. Just 1 handle. Now we're eligible to craft that. Craft, produce. Our last quality was 10. At this point in time, we should be able to produce a higher quality saw, which the durability is going to be much higher. We're at 12. Oh my, the increase. And that's really because the level of ingots that we're using, the quality is hovering around like 19 to 20. We do have some that are 30. And I think that is what I actually manufactured. But let's see what those bars were. Because I've been using all of the lower quality stuff. So 33. Ah. Maybe I need to make a better blacksmith hammer. Oh, that's 7. That's horrible. We still got a lot of durability in that. I'm not even going to waste time. Manage the furnace. Extinguish that. This is certainly ready. Pull out of kiln, load of charcoal, select. Get out of that menu. Pull out a kiln. No more. You can't pull out. No more. You got all you can get, bro. Slide on over here to our cooking pot. Add some fuel. We'll just dump that in there. Fire. Now, this is gonna open up, with it active and on, what we can create. Bone glue is a good thing. We're gonna need that to create a mallet, which will eliminate that primitive hammer. That is a lot. You need a lot of bones to make that. We can make 1 bone glue. I'm not gonna make that for a mallet. It's not that important to me right now. But we are gonna check this coop over here, which I did say I didn't want to get distracted from. Ah, 4 rabbits. And guess what? 2 of these are dying like very soon. Before we do that though, we're gonna leave them in there, let them chill. Possibly they'll get another breeding cycle out of this. And then we'll be ready when our tanning tub is created. We already have 2 hides, so we'll try to make two tanning tubs. Let them go through another breeding cycle. So that's moving in the right direction, so that's good. Prepare food, that's the main issue here. Let's see what we're open to now. We can make beef steak. We have 0 beef. We have no chicken. We have no egg. We can make boiled potatoes. We do have plenty of potatoes. We have some cabbage. We can fry up some beef. We just need to get the branches. Codfish, obviously. So we'll just run through this. The main advantage here versus the campfire is this is gonna last longer, it has a higher durability, and we can create bone glue out of it. We're gonna need that bone glue. But we're also gonna need some branches. Track this down. I need to name these crates. Might as well drop all that on them. And we are going to need flintstone. We'll just start dropping all this on it. We can take these hides off. This happens in every MMO. An inventory crisis. We're gonna eliminate this by attrition. We're gonna go ahead and prepare this food. We're gonna walk this down what we eligible to create. We already know we don't have no chicken. But I am about those potatoes, that cabbage. We'll cook up this fried beef. We'll craft all this out. We'll mass produce that. Gonna use the multiples of 6. I do have some more branches stuck around there somewhere. Those larger oaks were where I was getting the higher quality materials from the branches. I didn't cut those down because I want to be able to pull those sprouts. When we do hit in forestry 90, we're gonna be able to plant those oaks, and we are just shy. We may just run through and plant some of the lower quality, lower tier, like the birch, the spruce. I know I have sprouts for those. The apple trees, we have a bunch of apple tree sprouts. I know I have some pine. I do have some maples. But what I want the elm and the oak. That's gonna give us the largest amount of high quality wood, and the amount of wood per log is gonna be substantial compared to what we have been getting. All right, so we're just gonna run through this cycle. You can see what we creating here. We're creating fried beef. So I appreciate you joining the stream. It's a boring ass game, I get it, but it's very therapeutic. Going through all these monotonous rote tasks does something to my brain, and I really enjoy it. I have enjoyed it for quite some time. All right, so we ran through all the game meat that we have. We are gonna need more branches for producing these fish dishes. Fish dish. Then we are gonna pull out some of those potatoes, cabbage stew. We'll probably run through that because we need to add a variety. Get our cooking on up. All right, we're gonna keep tracking down. We'll just mass produce that. Really, I do need to eat. And to be honest with you, look at this inventory. This is a nightmare. What the F? After we do this cooking, I might have to organize this. If I don't, I'm gonna go mad. I don't know why I thought I had beef. The only thing that I needed this flintstone for was the fried beef. That was dumb. But I do know I have more branches around here somewhere. We got 10 here. None there. Ah, how about that? Tell you what I can do. We're gonna put some of these hides in there. We got a special place for heads. At least that's awesome. Where's my trophy case? We're gonna move this over, that over. We're gonna put all the hunting items Everything is a byproduct of hunting. We're gonna put in this. Boom, bear head. We can make a trophy for that. We already have a special place for hides. Got a feeling that big hide ain't gonna go in that little tiny ass crate. Put these bones down here. Get those off of us. I'm not too worried about that charcoal at the moment. We can pump some out pretty fast now. Oh yeah, this is gonna need to go in the trophy case. Trophy case. Now the cool thing about these heads is that we're actually going to legit be able to make trophy mounts. Hang them right on up. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna be able to see every animal that we killed that was aggressive. Boom. Straight up. Trophy case. We can make a whole entire trophy room one day, but not this. Probably not in the next like 4 sessions. Prepare food. We down to 1 herring. We're gonna go ahead and mass produce that, even though we're not gonna produce anything in mass. We're just gonna produce 1. Move to the next one. Mass produce that. Now, this is gonna be the largest variety of food in context of quantity of types of dishes that we've had yet. So that whole multiplier that we got up to 2.2 at one time, this thing, we should be able to push this to like 3.3, 3.5, somewhere in that range. One more cycle on that. Now let's check out this trout. Mass produce those trout. Get those cooked up. Then we'll work on getting this inventory in shape. I can't stand it. It's irritating. Go back through, double check, make sure we don't have any other opportunity. We're gonna go ahead and right click that. Add some fuel, but we are gonna extinguish that so we don't burn up our charcoal. Now, let's find this crate where I had all of, yeah, this is, no, why does that look like that? This doesn't go there. These are unorganized. Let's slide those over here. Boom. There's a whole entire another crate for this, but I'm not gonna move these. We're just gonna stick them right here. This is taproot. I use this to tame pigs. We do have 2 pigs. They're right down here in this bag. I don't want to forget those. I did that just to save time and inventory space so we could go hunting. Almost forgot about them. So that's a tamed version. I murdered the last 2 that I saw. That's what these hides are right here. And we can turn all of this into leather. And I think there's 3 tiers of leather. You got the small, medium, large, obviously. And each one of those, you'll need different quantities to make different things. And you know what? I was just thinking about it. We slide on over here. So, armor smithing. We haven't even done that yet. We can make armor. Forge armor part. Make armor 30. I wonder what armor parts we can make. We'll have to check that out. But in the interim, we're gonna get this, all of this flintstone back where it goes. We'll go ahead and put these branches in this crate. Get those off of us. Now watch our red inventory. This is our base stat for an inventory. The pigs take up 50 each. Slide this over. Get all of this flintstone. One day we'll have some beef. We'll use all this up, but we already acquired it. Every task in this game is monotonous and repetitive, so every single resource, to me at least, matters. Get all these organized in some fashion that's peaceful for my brain. Here we go. We get into the end of the chaos. Then we'll go back down. Then we'll organize this food in our inventory. Big ass pig. I think that's good, right? Now we're gonna shift over here. This is gonna be our hunting crate. Okay. Slide these over, these logs. More bones. We're gonna be able to make a fair amount of bone glue, but I like to make bone glue on demand until I get to a point where I have like stables and barns, and then I can kill off all the old animals and just let them continue to breed, and then you don't even have to worry about hunting. Then we'll get all those good byproducts like pork. That needs to go in the alchemy crate. Put those claws here. Those apples we'll use to tame horses with whenever we do happen to run across one. We'll keep these. This is a minimal impact right here on our inventory. Keep those in a line right there. That needs to go towards the top. This needs to go at the top. This needs to slide down. That needs to slide down. We'll leave our carpenter's toolkit down there in the corner. This meat, we have a special place for that. This is blacksmithing item. All right, I think we're good. We do need to access this alchemy toolkit. Well, it's not really a toolkit, just a crate I have for those items. I know just from playing this game that this is gonna eventually be all my alchemical items for more advanced medicines and whatnot when we hit this line. But we're gonna have to do some healing related things. I meant to see if we were busted up earlier. We didn't get busted up. When I was talking about getting busted up earlier when we were hunting that boar and it was hitting us, you can actually break bone. You can break your hand, you can break any of the bones in your body. You can even have a busted ass head, and it'll show you the magnitude of the damage. You can heal yourself, but you're gonna need bandages. The magnitude may last 3 hours. It may last 4 hours. It may last 45 minutes. It just depends on the type of damage that you take. Like slashing damage is gonna do bleeding. Blunt damage is gonna break bones, etc. But honestly, we good. I did have broken ribs from the first boar. I think it was the one I tamed. It wound up busting me up pretty good. Looking here, getting to the bottom of this chaos. Put those bars right here. Get the food. Slide that there. Get this crossbow over here. We'll keep these apples on us. That way if we run across a horse, we'll be ready to go. Fried salmon. Quality 90. Fried beef. 68. 67. I like to keep my rows in order of quality, and then just work them on down by the type of dish it is. So the 68, 77, that's pretty good. 70. 60. I don't have anything else here. Drop this over here where all the hunting byproducts come from. We'll rename this crate. We'll call this Hunt. Boom. Stick them right over here on a line. Slide that saw up here. Fried salmon. Codfish. Salmon. Cod. Codfish. Salmon. Oh, we got a lot of salmon. So much. It's like an unnecessary amount of salmon. Really? So much salmon. He's salmoned out. Can't go on that knife. Boom. All right. I'm not gonna be anal about the quality at the moment because now we have hit a variety of food. So we are below 94. We do want to keep that up. Let's eat this. See where we're gonna go. 2.1. That's good. Now that we got a variety, I think we're moving in the right direction. That's certainly good. We are gonna need to make some more bolts here soon. Put that down with the hand tools. All right. Now we good. Sweet. So main goal is, why are we still overweight? We have the pig. That's why. You know what I'd like to know? I'd like to know if I could stick these pigs in here just for a second. Get them out of my inventory so I don't have to walk around. Nope, that's a big negative. We're gonna drop them out again. So in order to get these pigs off of me, I gotta do several things. I can make a barn. I can stick them in the barn. Let's put our primitive hammer on, which is already here. I think we can probably check that recipe. We're gonna go to build, simple construction. Let's go to crafting, small stable. No, pigs don't go in a stable, they go in a barn. That makes no sense. So it's gotta be under masonry, bloomery, farming, barn, logs, nails, straw. Okay, that was the issue. Straw is gonna come from harvesting wheat. We've already planted it. That's what I was trying to run over to. So once we get that harvest, now farming matters. Farming is now screwing us over. Where did we put the pigs? Right there. We cannot forget that. If I forget that and the server resets, we're screwed. Then will be no pork on the menu for a while. We're gonna jump on Joe here. I'm gonna show you. Earlier I divulged a little secret that I had already done. I began the farming in a session earlier today. It's right here. So I'm gonna hop off. It's gonna take it a while to cycle through, but we already have farming began. We just waiting for this to pop, and it's gonna be, I think it's 1, 2, 3 pop. So we're gonna get one tier. It's gonna look a certain way. We'll get another tier. Then it'll be a little bit larger. Then it'll be the last tier. Then we'll be able to harvest it. We're gonna go through and harvest all of this. But while I'm thinking about harvesting, I do know that we have cabbage. I mean, that's a bit much. Kind of extra. I do recall I wanted some potatoes and cabbage. Have some right down here. I already planted a bunch, so I don't mind cooking this up. But we also gonna need to leave food for the rabbits. We're gonna feed the rabbits before we do anything. We probably won't get any cabbage for ourselves. And the rabbits will eat carrots. We'll just feed all of these of us. We'll run over here, make sure these rabbits, because now we have 4 rabbits. We've been breeding them. Want to make sure that we get that on up. We'll feed it all of that. We'll take this potato, we'll take that potato. We'll feed it all the peas. No, I want all the potatoes. Carrot, carrots, 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 carrots. What you eat anyway, right? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Y'all can have all of that. I think there was a dish for like pea porridge or something. Give y'all some more carrots. Split that. Let's see if they can take that last carrot. Boom. So 4.97, you can see here. That right there is the amount of stones that we can go up to. 5 stone total. We got 4.97. Now that we have 4, we got more food in there. They're going to continue to eat the food. In the actual MMO, you can water. So you can go draw out water from a well. You can get it out of everything's fresh water, apparently. You'll be able to put the water in there along with food, but not on your own. It didn't get that update before they lost the rights to the MMO. I'm gonna fire this back up. Fire. Prepare. We can do boiled potatoes, craft mashed potatoes. Now we're gonna get potatoes. Wait, what? You need a cooking pot? Oh my God. Pretty sure we can make a primitive cooking pot. We just need those branches. We're gonna hit I. Pretty sure we're gonna need 1. Then we'll go get some of that high quality rock, because I'm pretty sure that it takes rock. We're gonna right click that branch we put in our inventory. Cooking pot. We can make a copper cooking pot, but I'm not gonna actually go look for copper. We're gonna need 2 and then 3 rock. Just so happens to be that I have 3 high quality rock. That's fortuitous. Shift, right, left click. Split 1 off of that. Now we can craft that. Let's right click that stick, go down to the cooking pot. Let's craft that out. Let's produce 1 of those. Now we'll have a cooking pot. We'll throw that on, bro. He's gonna be able to make whatever he needs to make with his potatoes and his cabbage. Right click. I don't want to inspect. This right here is my default action. How I change that, when I right click to look at it, I'll open up this menu. I want to prepare food every time I left click on it. So I'm gonna right click with my cursor hovering over prepare food. Now it's my default action. So when I run up here and I just left click it, boom, it automatically opens up that menu. Now we're gonna be able to make our boiled potatoes. Let's mass produce those. Apparently you don't need to equip it. It can just be chilling in your inventory. Wait, what? Oh, you need to legit equip it. Why would you even let me attempt to make it again? It did tell me that. To equip specifically. So I just entirely lied about that. It has to be equipped. Boiled potatoes, craft, mass produce. Now we can make a better cooking pot. and one that has higher durability by making it out of copper. But for the most part, outside of that, once we build the kitchen, I think that eliminates the need to even have that. We're increasing our variety of food here. Cabbage stew, craft that out, mass produce. Boom. Boom. I think this is complexity 1 though. Yeah. We want to go higher and higher complexity, but this also increases our variety of food. As long as we pumping out fairly decent quality, we should be all right. Pea porridge. Oh, you have to have 10 peas. I do have some planted, so I'm not too much worried about that. All right, we gotta add fuel, then we're just gonna extinguish this out so we don't burn up all our charcoal. We can eat again. Slide this hand tool over here. Try to drop this inventory down here because we're gonna need to dump all this food off of us that's raw. Boiled potatoes, that's right here. Cabbage stew down here. Cabbage stew. All right. We not poor no more. We actually get to eat healthy food. Okay. Jump right on over here. Now, this amount of food is gonna last us for a long time. Like, we good. We are eligible to eat now. The last thing we ate was fried beef. Gonna hit up this herring. Slide these boiled potatoes down here. Then we'll know we'll jump down to the fried codfish. Let's see if what we're doing to this multiplier. Okay, we around 2.1. The highest that I've seen it yet was 2.2. I'll eventually just organize this by quality. Like this is 68, that needs to move over there. 77, 70. Boom. 65, 60. And ideally I want to do that with each one of them. I'm not gonna brutalize you with that, but we will put this food over here. We'll just feed this to the rabbits. We'll keep them breeding and going, keep their food stacked up. Hopefully they hit another breeding cycle here soon. Now, the reason why I need them to hit another breeding cycle is so we can start tanning for leather. As of right now, that's what we're gonna check out. That's gonna be under our carpenter skill. We wanna hit P. We don't have our saw equipped, so we're not gonna be able to access any of the carpentry builds. We're about to make our tanning tubs. We can move these. We can pick them up and move them wherever we want them, and we can stack them up. So we're just gonna drop one right here. Right click the ground, create. Go to furniture. Let's see if the tanning tub's under here. Yep, tanning tub. 1 metal band and 10 boards. We'll make a couple of these. We can go, actually I'll make 4. We can go ahead and start tanning leather. That way, by the time we get to where we need to be, we'll be straight. We'll build one here. Saw that out. It's gonna give us our signpost. Run over here. We'll make that our default action since we're gonna pump out several of them. Right click that default action. Now we can just left click the ground. It'll pop open this menu immediately. Tannin tub, build that. Right click, furniture. Scroll down to the tannin tub. One of the most irritating factors about this game for a lot of people is the amount of menus that you have to go to. But considering all that you can craft, all that you can do, I mean, I really don't think it's that bad. There's just so much to do, and we are just really scratching the surface at this point. It's the complexity of this game that keeps me interested in it. And honestly, I'd rather play this game by myself. It gets very toxic in the MMO situations. Unless you're on a PvE server, it gets very boring very quick. I'd much rather just play by myself. I don't want to talk to a whole lot of people. That's why I do not always stream while I'm playing this game. There's some times where I don't even like to think. I just like to enjoy and then get through the grind. Let's take a look at this. That's going to be 10 boards. And because this is a tannin tub, that's not going to affect the quality of what we produce. So it doesn't matter if we use low quality wood on this. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and specifically find some low quality log. We'll probably just saw them out on demand since we have old Joe here. So we know we're gonna need 40. I got high quality logs up here. I will leave that for creating tools and whatever else is gonna be necessary for quality. But in this instance, it's not necessary to worry about. Hop off this. Check this, inspect it. Ah, perfect. One quality. The only thing that this is going to affect is its durability. And I think every single time we pull out of this is going to affect the durability. So at this point, quality matters. While we're down here, we might as well check it out. Inspect. 93. I don't want to destroy that, but I definitely want to go ahead and pull branches off of that. We just went through a cycle where we used a lot of our branches. We had a bunch of high quality ones. So we're gonna sit here, run through this cycle, pull all those off. I'm also gonna pull the sprouts for it. That's gonna increase our forestry skill, and we're trying to get this to 90. We want to get this to 90 so we can plant the oak. Once we are able to plant the oak, keep getting this skill point up. I won't cut this tree down until I have several cycles of sprouts off of it. That way any tree that I plant will be 94. So that makes no sense. I can just farm off this and get more and more sprouts. I don't need to cut it down. And then we'll plant those close by the base. That way when we drive up on them with our horse cart that we're gonna produce in the future, once our farm starts growing and everything matures and we spin that out. That was the other thing I wanted to create. I wanted to create a loom. We're gonna have to have the loom in order to make the horse cart, because we got to make linen rope. And the only way we're gonna get that is the byproduct from harvesting the flax. I think there's a total of 30 on here. We're gonna go ahead and pull them all off, and we're gonna pull the sprouts while we're here. At this point, I'm looking for something like mid-grade, anywhere from like 45 to 70 something ish. I have some of those logs up above. I'm not gonna bore you with chopping down the tree, taking the log up there, I'll do that at another time, probably when I'm playing, just drinking my coffee or energy drink, whatever it is that I do. But we definitely are gonna pull the last 4 branches off of this, get these sprouts, roll out. So, oh, that's it. You got no more, huh? You can inspect and it'll tell you how many it's got of everything. We don't need any bark. That's unnecessary at this point. But we are gonna get these 8 sprouts. So I'm gonna go to gather, hit that sprout. I do like to keep my default task on inspect. That way I can inspect every tree depending on what I'm doing, what I'm making. Sometimes quality is not really necessary, but in this case, after thinking about the tanning tubs, every time we pull out the hide, it's gonna reduce the durability into a point that it breaks it, if I remember correct. So using higher quality does matter. Or it reduces the durability and eventually it would break. Then we'd have to repair it. See where we at, pulling on these sprouts. 87. So we are moving up. And the forestry line, we are very close to hitting that 90. I can't pull a sprout that's 93 if my skill is at 87. That's why I'm not gonna chop that down. So we wound up getting 6 off of here that were 88. So we ticked up a little bit. We are overburdened. We're gonna jump on this jump. Run back up here. We're gonna make these tanning tubs. We'll go gather some water. We'll get some of this hide start developing so we can have the leather in the future. And then by the time we come back, cycle through on another stream, these rabbits will be to a point where we can start culling them out. No more hunting for rabbits. I hate hunting for small animals. We're gonna run these branches over here. I'm gonna put those. See what the total weight, 56. Should have enough room. We'll just stick those right there. Then I have one just for sprouts, and that's name container. This is the one. Let's rename this the sprouts. That way we know what's in here just by glancing at it. We don't have to open the inventory. All right, we good there. We'll put these over here because it looks like these are probably going to be the highest quality we got. And then eventually we'll just plant all these at some point, and then I'll start consolidating them and use all those. So we are eliminating all the inventory out of these. That's a good thing. Now, let's see how much wood is this. We're gonna inspect that. All right, so each board is gonna be 20. I think we'll be straight. I think that was a mixture of hard or softwood. So we'll saw out the boards here. And we're gonna saw out so many boards, we're gonna actually wind up with some regional stuff, and it'll separate itself, and you'll be able to hover over it and it'll say regional. There are certain things that are gonna require regional boards and regional resources. That means you're gonna have to go to every region or try to create something new, a new signpost for the same item, and see if you can get a different region, one that preferably you got. But what we'll have to do is like literally go down here and craft in that area until we get those regional resources. So we'll saw out to a point that we got a 10 stack. We at 7. 3 more. We'll run those over, drop those in on one tanning tub, and then we'll just keep walking them down until we get all the lumber in them. But once we have them built, then we'll be straight to go ahead and start tanning. And then we can stack them up to get them into one tile. But we'll just go vertical with them. And we do need to eat. I forgot to do that. Alright. Since we don't have this organized by quality. 68, 61, 73. We'll slide that over here. 61. Swap these around. Go ahead and eat that one. Move it up. 62. 73. Run on over here. We'll drop those in so we straight on the boards there. And I'm pretty sure we had an extra band in here. Boom. This right here is going to give us our first tanning tub. Create furniture. Hold down that left control, left click. Now we good. Let's build that out. We'll go ahead and even get some hide tanning. We'll start off with those small. Use tanning tub. Then we'll select. Oh, we're going to need a drying rack and bone glue to even do that. Oh, God. Drying rack. 5 bone glue. That is brutal. We gotta dry it out first. We need 50. That's 10 bones per bone glue. Add some fuel. We'll turn this on so I can verify this. No. 20 bones. That is traumatizing. And that is why we're gonna need to start slaughtering animals. Cool. Let's see where we at on the bone now that we consolidated all those. Oh, well, now we gotta do math. That's 15, that's 21, that's 30, that's 33, what? That's not even close. We need 100 bones. I wonder how much bone glue we get. We better not just get one. Let's see what we get. We are gonna need some water. Thought I had some water. We do need to make a well so we don't have to keep running to the water. And that's a big negative. All this right here is garbage food. Wait, that's not garbage by any means. And neither is that. Wait, what? Oh, I trashed all the garbage food. I didn't know that. I was way ahead of myself on that one. Nope. I must have used all the water. There it goes. Let's check this out. Alright. Create bone glue. Crap. I'm gonna be pissed if we only just get one. This is stupid. I need to go kill a bull or something. Maybe the skinning knife gives you a better render. Oh, what's one? That's so stupid. And I need 5 of them. Not inspect. I don't want to inspect that. Yep, for sure. We're gonna need to go kill a lot of animals. Oh man. Every time I think I start to enjoy this, I just realize there's just more work to do. And that's probably why they say life is feudal. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give this one cycle of hunting. We're gonna go see what we can find. Pretty much whatever we see, we're gonna murder. But we're gonna need some more bolts. All we need, we're gonna need some lumps. There's this. That's not gonna be enough. We're gonna need to run through a cycle here. Manage the furnace, fire that up. Boom. Hit P. Let's equip that shovel. We're gonna go over here, scoop up some raw materials, go through the smelting task real quick. Hit F3 so we can check our elevation. We're gonna try to keep this level. Use lower ground. $60. Run over here. I don't want to forge. I want to manage the furnace. Drop those in there. Let's get that up to 1500. Now we got the heat bar. We're gonna heat that up so it's nice and bright. But we also gonna need some more charcoal. That means we're gonna need saw equip, which we already have. Manage that kiln. What I'm gonna do here is hit manage, then I hit tab. By hitting tab, I leave that inventory open. Now I don't want a board for sure. I want to saw out a billet. When those billets land in my inventory, I can just hold control and left click them right on over. Try to be as efficient as possible. I want this up here. I want this right here. Then we'll just get it up to where it's at 200 on its weight. We'll fire it up. Go ahead and start that. We'll saw out 5 more. Get a 5 stack going. That'll fill this up. We'll pull out all that charcoal. We won't even use it all. That'll leave us with a surplus. And you can do one more. Drop that in there. Now it's full. We'll let that heat up. Turn, manage this. Oh, we only have 2 more. We're gonna need to go rob some from my cooking pot. Split that. We'll do 10. Drag it on over. Manage. Drop that in there so we don't run out. Get that fire back up. Pump those bellows. Manage this. We should be able to pull out by now. Load of charcoal. Now we're gonna pull out, manage. Charcoal and just mass produce that, get those out of there. Got some pretty decent quality though. That'll work. Then we just break that. That's what it looks like when you break it. So now we got to repair that, which we also going to need to use some of these lumps to make nails with. But we straight. We are definitely straight. Oh, that's inappropriate math. What do we need? We need lumps. We gotta make nails and yeah, swap out that. We're just gonna make a shit ton of lumps. Select, mass produce. We're gonna mass produce these lumps because we're gonna need them for nails. We're gonna need them for more bolts. Nothing you do in this game goes unpunished. All right, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna get as many lumps out of this situation that we can. Yeah, now we're gonna have plenty of lumps. We can make the nails on demand when we need them. We're gonna use them in quantities of 10 for the nails. So honestly, I feel like we're just gonna need more and more. What is this quality? 35. All right, let's check this. See what we got left in here. We're gonna go ahead and craft out some more bars. We'll just finish this out bars. We'll get every bar that we can out of this remaining amount. We'll hit it for lumps if there's any lumps left to be. We can pray. Because prayers actually work in the game. Get that lump. Boom. Alright. We can eat again. And I'm pretty sure we need to hit this salmon. See where that goes. Boom, 1.8. We actually drop and we're going backwards. That's not cool. Manage. Extinguish that. Now, what we are gonna make, we need some hardwood billets. Saw out those billets. We'll make us some bolts. Then we'll be prepared to go on our next hunting trip. Hit I. Craft archer's gear. Scroll down to these bolts. Where are they? Wait, we can make the arbalets now. But we're gonna need that linen rope. Broadhead. Arrows. Longbow's heavy bolt. We need lumps of steel. We don't have lumps of steel. But what we do have regular bolt. Craft those out, mass produce. I usually like to keep 30. We actually had a pretty good hunting trip last time. We had about 30. We were left with 9. We'll just craft those out. We'll do one quick cycle to see what kind of animals we can find. And then maybe in the next 20 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and call this. We already got 3 hours in the live stream. We've got a lot accomplished. We got several forms already put up so we can eventually craft out our horse cart. We got several tanning tubs up. We already got one produced, but now we need the drying rack. So that means we're gonna need a lot of bones. We need to let these rabbits continue to breed. Probably swing around and check those 2 traps that we had. May even make some more. Just dump out a mass quantity of those things so we can try to bring in some chickens. Get the chicken coop built, but not tonight. All right. I think we good on that, sir. Let's exit that. We got 21 here. We got 8 here. We're way above our mandatory minimum. What we will do with the remainder of these, we'll put this in here. We also are gonna need to repair this thing. But not today. Drag these on over here. All right, the next cycle of iron that we smelt, we're gonna run with some ingots. Definitely gonna need to pull more ingots out. We already got our wheels prepared for our horse cart. Now we're just working on trying to get the right amount of bones for that bone glue. We cannot forget those little pigs in that bag. Get on. See how our rabbits are doing. manage. Still 4 rabbits. We'll get another breeding cycle here soon. They are eating. That's good. That means they're gonna breed. Still yet to get that next tick on that farming material. And if I recall, we went straight this way and put out these 2 snares that we have in this clearing. Might even make some more while we're out here. So somewhere out here, did they catch anything? Still not yet. There must be something defective about those. That's horrible. Snare deployed. That's awful. Here, let's just run down the beach. Once that first farming cycle comes through, we'll be in a really good position because that's going to open us up to create the barn. We can put those 2 pigs in there, start breeding those, and then when we slaughter those, we'll definitely be pumping out some bones. See if we run across any animals without tracking. And I did leave the apples on in our inventory. That way if we do happen to just... there's a bird. There's 2 birds. We're gonna put our crossbow... Oh, we haven't even touched that. Which one were we using than this one? 3. About to take out this bird, maybe even the other one. What? Well, that would make sense. We do need ammunition. Now let's try this. 3. See if we got the right arch on that. Ooh. Ooh. Just high and to the left. We are going downhill, so that arch is gonna play in. Oh no! He moved. Nope. Just short. We want to make every shot count, and that one certainly counts. I'm pretty sure that hit it. And I'm feeling like I'm gonna hit F1 and use it for something. No, how does that just miss it like that? That's so stupid. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that was so stupid. Let's hit F1 real quick. Fishing, hunger, homecoming, animal lure, item crafting, changing the landscape. I want to know attributes and equipment, construction. This is just very basic rendering of what the fuck this game can do. Yeah, we're just gonna hit R, get out of that. I got a feeling that the skinning knife is probably better at skinning. That would make sense. But we don't have one on us. We are gonna go ahead and cut this up. Maybe it's like art. And depending on what you use, you get different things from it. 2 bones. We are developing some feather inventory. Some game meat. We need to eat again. Oh, that was just 1 bone. That was really waste. But we don't have any feathers and we haven't had any, so I'm gonna change that to 3rd person. That way I can see my field of view is widened. Now, when I originally saw, I saw 2 horses, not in that tree. Saw some in this general area here. Feeling like it makes more sense just to ride around instead of tracking it. We do need to eat. Pit eye was cycled down. We already hit that salmon one time. Yeah, we have actually reduced our multiplier. We need to get to cooking so we can get higher complexity food. That's what caused us to fall back. We went to complexity 1 food. That was a practical benefit to that. I wanted to specifically cook some potatoes and cabbage. We'll just scan around, see what we see. I'd like to start getting some horses. As soon as we get the stables, we can start breeding them. Then we can make fast horses, we can make war horses. While we're out, may even run across some gypsum. What's that? Probably just rock. Slate. You can also pay with that. Gives you a different texture on the ground. Your paving looks a lot different. Sleeper's Tongue. To be straight up with you, if I could find a bull right now, I would thirst to kill it. Alright, we'll loop around this, see if we just so happen to run across any other animals. We'll do our G-strut through here. Go around this small lake. I did see a bull over here. Some clay. See what kind of quality we're working with. Three. Alright, we got pig or a boar right there. Two of them. Alright, hit R. We're gonna run this thing around. Till we lose this aggro. Oh, it's right behind us. Don't want to stand out. I'm just going to do a straight sprint. See if he's still behind us. Nope, he's definitely behind us. He's out for blood. Hop on Joe here. Sit down. Go back 3. Oh no. I'm gonna hit R to get out of that. Hop right here on Joe. Oh, he hit Joe. He just hit Joe multiple times. Ah, he took that damage off of us. Get back off. Hit 3 or hot bar again. Sleeping, we're gonna get a nice headshot. We get another trophy. Whoa, hey, that was so close. That's bullshit. Dang, we already ran through them bolts. We still got 21 more though. Hit R, get out of that. Hop on Joe. Get out of his aggro range. Not wasting no more ammo on those stupid birds. Go to 3, try to take out this boar. Still not dead. Hit R. I'm back to Joe. That's still aggro. I think this is gonna be the final blow. Yep. That's it. Got him. Hit R. We're gonna go ahead and skin this. This is nice and dead. Have another trophy mount. We need like 100 bones to accomplish what we need to do. Oh my god. We're gonna be like dry rat poor. Alright, we're gonna go over here, run a joke. We are kind of overburdened at this point. We're carrying a lot of food. And now we got a bunch of meat, plus a boar head. That was a quality 72 boar. We're gonna get on Joe, we're gonna take out that sow, head back to the base. He was right here. He still is there. Try to get some headshots on her. Headshot. Go ahead and reload that. We don't have to worry about her attacking. Go to Joe and we'll just track her. Track peaceful animals. Hop on Joe. We're just gonna follow these tracks. See where she ran to. And there she goes. Try to only get headshots this time. Take this stack, drop it right there. Load this up, wait for it to stop. We'll get a headshot going. Dead. 2 shot. Take a look at our kill. Skin her up. We are accumulating some hides for sure. Ah, so pitiful, the bones. Hit C, go back into third person. We'll work our way back to the base. I think we've had a pretty good stream here so far for what this game can be. All right, we're just gonna strut on through, see if we see anything in the distance. But we gonna want to turn in the right direction, head north. This direction. I was really hoping that we'd run across a horse. Out of all the things that we've seen so far, we've only seen pigs. Like, why are we so infested with pigs? So infested with pigs. Good thing about these moves. Hoping to get a slight surprise. Hopefully a horse would have been up here, but that was a big negative. Nice view. Don't want to run too crazy. Start diving off this thing, gonna do damage to the moose. That shit just took 28 damage. All right, we're almost back at the base. I haven't seen a horse. I'm so irritated by that. I've seen 3 horses already. Like within the same day of the gameplay. And I haven't seen a horse since we hit the level to tame a horse. We gotta go around this swamp. It's bogging us down. No more animals. Well, maybe some new ones will spawn in. I did tame this moose right by the base. I was hoping to get to a point that we could tame a horse tonight, but that certainly didn't happen. No tick on the farm yet. All right, we're gonna back out. Think we good for tonight. We're gonna grab these two. Oh, we got so much to unload. Trip. Bear. Put our heads here. Boom. We use those for decoration. Still gonna need to accumulate those bones. Got tusks. Meat. There's some more bones. We got this food at odds. See that bear how to fit in there. No, it's too big. Here, let's match the hides with the heads. Where all the hides are. It's all of our food. Ooh, there ain't no room in there for that. Oh, we got a fair amount of meat here. Might just slide this on over here and then put that in the other crate. See what kind of weight we working with on this. Still minimal. We need to cook this meat up next time we're in game. We got feathers this time. Start stacking those up right there. Oh, 2 feathers. We won't kill any more of those birds. That was a waste of resources. Put this excess charcoal in here. And really, we're running with way too much food. Yep, we are certainly going backwards. Don't want to do that. So this complexity, that's complexity 2, that's complexity 1. We can drop that. Drop that. So I managed to single-handedly drop that thing from 2.2 by going back to complexity 1. We won't be doing that anymore. That's complexity 2, complexity 2. We're gonna stay at the complexity 2 so we can hit that 2.2 range again. All right, we're good here. Gonna make sure we pick up these pigs right here that we had already tamed. We're gonna look in the inventory, put those on our person. Then we're gonna hide Joe here. That way he doesn't disappear. Walk casually on over here. Check out these rabbits. They should be breeding here soon, and then the next time we come in, we'll go ahead and clean this out. We'll get dung from it. We'll be able to use that as fertilizer. All right, this is D3ltaX85. I've enjoyed the stream. We hit the 3.5 hour mark, so I think it's time to take a break. We got a lot done. We got nothing and then like so much done. There's a lot of hunting going on. Killed what? 4 boars, several rabbits, the little pheasants, not peasants. We didn't kill any peasants. There aren't any peasants in this game. But we definitely killed a wolf, along with all the pork that we brought in. We tamed a moose earlier today. So we're doing pretty good. We've already repaired everything that was broke with the exception of that kiln. We'll do that next time. When we come back, we're gonna finish out the tanning tub, continue our journey to getting this drying rack fired up. Hopefully we'll get a few ticks on our farm. Then we can make our linen rope. Spinning wheel. That's one thing that I wanted to make for sure. See if we still have our saw equipped. I want to at least lay that out. Let's take a look at it. See what we got to have for that. Create furniture. Spinning wheel. Oh yeah. Can already have that built too. We'll just make another wheel when we come back. Yeah, we'll get all these things built out. Get everything fired up going. But we gotta dry out these hides before we can even put them in these tanning tubs. Alright, everything is up. We don't have to worry about losing our mount. This is D3ltaX85. Appreciate you joining the stream. Like, subscribe, all that. But what we're really doing is dialing that stream in so we can start Dune Awakening June 5th. It's coming around the corner. Not too much longer, we'll have some decent gameplay from an actually decent game. But I love this. We'll continue to invest some time in this. Shorten up the streams. Dune's gonna be the place to go. And two, I've already considered I might be going back to Ark and to official servers. Appreciate you joining the stream. D3ltaX85. I'm out, bro.